talked about yesterday. Of course, the headline being the Packers' proposal for banning the Tush Push being felled by 2 votes. That's right. The Packers' proposal coming up 2 votes short of passing 22. They needed 24. They did not get that. So, of course, Eagles fans and the team itself took to social media and really took a victory lap about it. And I'm all for it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it breeds a bit more into a rivalry with the Eagles and the Packers. And I absolutely love that. It's going to make this game this year a whole hell of a lot more fun. And I'm, not going to lie. I'm very happy that it's happening at Lambeau Field. And I do love that it's in prime time. Monday Night Football contest at Lambeau is always a good time. And yeah, a little spice to this rivalry here. I think most learned, kind of informed fans understand, even not just talking Packers fans, but NFL fans understand what transpired here. The Packers were utilized by the league office, and I know Mike Florio has reported as much at this point, to kind of be the I'm not going to say guinea pig, but the bearer of the standard bearer for this thing, because they don't have a traditional owner and their president and CEO is retiring in a couple months. And they did just, get to host a draft that nobody thought they would ever get a chance to do. So I do understand that the Packers were somewhat used by the league to put this thing in front of ownership and to try to get a play banned that apparently some other owners and people within the league office aren't big fans of. And as I said when I went on my little mini tirade about Mark Murphy, when he has wrote about it on Packers.com a number of times, at least twice, right? He has publicly come out against this play and wanting it banned. Man, just figure out how to stop it, which the Packers have better than anybody else in the league almost. I mean, just on pure numbers and success rate, when the Eagles run it against the Packers, it has been, their least successful, in relation to any other team. And the Packers also utilize a version of the play with Tucker Kraft to some pretty decent success. And then I get they're going to try and probably bring this back up next year. And I, do think it's only a matter of time. Roger Goodell and company want it gone. It's probably going to be gone. And they got close to succeeding with that this time. But I just want most kind of NFL fans to understand that I think most Packers fans are with you in the sense that, man, I got no problem with the play. I think you want to stop it, figure out how to stop it. You don't want to see it utilized anymore. Make it a lot more difficult to run. Now, I already hear the responses either in the chat or the comment sections or what have you. Well, the biggest component here, the biggest issue that I think most, again, informed fans have with this play is the lack of adjudication when it comes to the Eagles lining up their offensive line in the neutral zone. Not every time, but quite often, and it never gets called. And it's wild to me that this is so obvious and everyone sees it, but yet for whatever reason, it rarely gets kind of talked about on the broadcast or indeed flagged by the officials. Yet John Runyon Jr. got flagged for it twice in one game a couple years ago in Lambeau Field, so randomly. Remember that season where they were going to crack down on the neutral zone? Well, maybe start cracking down on the neutral zone when it's 3rd or 4th and short and the Eagles have the football. I think that, to me, is probably the biggest component here that most fans would like to see when it comes to, all right, fine, league office, you don't like this play, reiterate with your officials, tell the competition committee. You always, every summer, come up with a point of emphasis, right, that we then hear about at basically through the start of training camp, through the first month or so of the season, until you get down halfway through the year, and then it's kind of almost forgotten about usually. Hey, guess for once, utilize this idea of a rules emphasis and emphasize the neutral zone and how teams line up. That's, I think, would go a long way to quelling a lot of the complaining about the play. I really do. So we'll see how it transpires. All of that said, the funny part to me is the Eagles are way better and more important and don't even really need the tush push. I think they're a excellent football team. They certainly were last year. Their lines are excellent and own the line of scrimmage. That is why they win football games. It ain't because of this play. And I get it. Sirianni and company, they've talked about how, yeah, that means we've got 4 downs to play with rather than 3. And it's it's 1st and 9 every time they take get the football. I get all that. I understand that component of it. But they're an excellent football team, and they're way, way better than just this one play that everyone, at least the media, has driven this narrative of, oh, like, not only do they own it, but they're defined by it. And of course, they absolutely aren't. They are such a bigger and better football team than that one play. So, all that to say, can't wait for them to come to Lambeau Field. I can already tell just from my mentions that Eagles fans are going to be in rare form, not just all season, but certainly leading up to that game in Lambeau. It's going to be a good time.